I'm done with the primary colors. We continue with the secondary colors. And I believe this is where your painting journey starts because you are going to learn how to mix colors. I'll start by mixing orange. And in mixing orange, you pick more yellow and then less red. So this is my yellow. And then I go in for less red. Then you mix all together nicely. After mixing the colors together, this is what I have. And I feel it's good I add a bit of yellow. So I'll get a bit of yellow, then mix it all together. And then when painting, make sure you mix the color very well before you start with the painting. Right. So this color is good for orange. Okay. So let's see how it works. So that is my orange, which turned out beautifully. One thing you should observe is that I always try to use a bigger brush to cover majority of the area, to cover the wider area before I change the brush to a smaller one, which I use to straighten the edges. So I'm done covering the wider area. So I'll change the brush and get a smaller one or the round one for the edges. I'm done with the orange. So we move on quickly to red and blue. So I'm going to show you how to mix your green using blue and yellow. I'll continue with how to mix the color green. So in that same way, I'll pick more yellow and less blue. And then I go for less blue, not too much. Upon mixing all together, I realize the blue is not that much. So I have to go for a little more of the blue. My green looks more of yellow green, so I still have to add a little bit of blue. Now I have my green color, which I think is okay for the work. And always when you are mixing your paint, please make sure to mix your paint in large quantity. Always mix your paint in large quantity. I have to change my brush to get the edges sharp. Green is done. So we will move finally to violet as the third secondary color. Sorry. It's now time to mix the color purple or violet. And in doing so, we all know that mixing violet is just using blue and red. So I'll get my red instead. And then I mix it with I'm done mixing the color violet. But the secret to this violet is that Now, when you look at it closely, it looks like the color is turning brown. And it's because we have different types of blue and different types of red when mixing purple. So in this case, the blue that we have here is a bit dark, and which is making the color look a bit darker. So the secret to this is you add just a little white. So you can see this is what I have here. You can see that it looks almost like brown. But when I add a little white, you see the color is changing. So that is the secret. So just add a little white to it, and then you get to see purple. So as I demonstrated here, even though I added a bit of white, the color still looks dark. So I can go on to add more white. So you see that now it's turning out to be purple. So now what I need to do is that I have to add the white to the color that I have mixed here for the color view. I still have to get a bit of white. Okay. At this point, I believe it's okay for us to use. Okay. So this is perfect for the work. As I always do after my brush to get the edges straight. All right. So this is the end of the demonstration on the 6-point color view.